So one of the main things you can do in Roots Classic is spells. To do your spells, you're going to need your pestle and also a mortar made of any stones as well. Place the mortar on the ground, and this is how we're going to make our spells. So, if we look in our runic tablet, we've got all of these different spells. And what do they do? Well, click on them and have a look. I'm not going to go through them all because you can read them yourself. Let's say growth. That will take lilac, wheat, beetroot, and vines. You can create a spell capable of growing nearby plant life. It will target a growable plants around the targeted block and has a chance of applying a bone meal effect to each one. We've got Inferno. This basically will cause fire and damage enemies it hits. We've got Regeneration. So this is the one I'm going to use as an example. So as we can see here, Peony, Melon, Red Dye, and Nightshade makes Spell Powder. But all of these spells will make Spell Powder. But if you put in these ingredients, you'll get Spell Powder of Rose Thorns. If you put in these ingredients, you'll get Spell Powder of Regeneration. But before we do that, I need to tell you about the modifiers: potency, efficiency, and size. Very much recommended you use these. In modifiers up here, basically, you can use glowstone dust to add potency. For example, in our regeneration spell, if you add glowstone dust, then it will heal you for more. It's more potent. Before we get any further, I want to let you know that I'm partnering up with G-Portal here to give you 10% off your first month with them. They do all sorts of Minecraft servers, whether you want modded, spigot, sponge, anything you want. And you can swap out not just Minecraft, but any game on your server at the click of a button with GameCloud. Meaning the possibilities are endless. Again, check out the link in the description so you can get some money off with code Javier. Efficiency will improve the casting cost and number of uses a spell has. So we're going to be implementing our spells onto a staff, and they only have a limited number of uses. More efficiency, which is redstone dust, equals more uses. Now, size, which is gunpowder, will improve the area a spell has. Like that growth one will affect a larger area of crops around the targeted block. Now, depending on your base modifier, don't worry if it sounds confusing, it'll all make perfect sense in a second. So we have our ingredients I've shown you. We know what modifiers do what, but there's different levels of spells, you could say, by using a base modifier. An old root will basically do nothing. A verdant spring will add one modifier slot, so I could add one glowstone dust or one redstone. If you use an infernal bulb, it can support two, and yes, you can use two glowstone or one glowstone and one redstone. And a dragon's eye can support 3. So, how do we then make a spell? So, don't forget to start with, you either want to use an old root for no modifiers, or no available modifiers that is, a verdant spring for 1, an infernal bulb for 2, or a dragon's eye for 3. So let's use a dragon's eye. So I put that in first, and I want to make my spell really potent. So I'm going to add in 1, 2, 3 glowstone dust, because remember, a dragon's eye, you can have up to 3 modifiers, and therefore I can add in up to 3 glowstone dust. Then I'm going to put in my actual ingredients for the spell: peony, red dye, melon, and nightshade. And then what I'm going to do is use my pestle, and I get the dust. And there it is, spell powder, regeneration, plus 3 potency. So just to go over that again, you don't have to add modifiers. If you're not going to add modifiers, you use an old root, but it's not a very strong spell. You must add your modifiers in first. So to get 1 modifier, you are going to use a verdant sprig. Put that into the mortar first. To get 2 modifiers, you can use an infernal bulb, and for 3, it's dragon's eye. Glowstone will increase how strong your spell is. Redstone will increase how many uses you have. Like on this staff here, you see it says 14 uses remaining, and it has 3 potency. So on that one, I did use 3 glowstone. If you used 3 redstone, you'd get a lot more uses remaining. And gunpowder will increase the size or area of effect a spell affects. Once you've added in, your old root or verdant sprig or dragon's eye, etc., to choose how many modifiers were allowed, you then add in your modifiers like your glowstone dust, etc., and then you add in your ingredients, and then finally use your pestle once it's all done, and you'll get the spell powder. What we then do is make one of these, an imbuer. So you make an imbuer, place it down, place your spell powder that you've just made into it, and then just place it in a stick like this, and after a few seconds, the stick will bump out with the staff of regeneration. So I'm now going to show what this staff can do with free potency. There we go, the zombies are hurting me. Oh dear, how awful. And I could just use my staff, I could just hold right click and I let go and it's nearly healed me. You can see those green leaves recharging. You can sort of imagine that as your mana bar from Roots. So I just right click, hold down and release and I've got loads of healing. It's really, really, really nice. And that is the regeneration one. So just make a runic tablet and you can use these arrows here to go to spells and just look at all what the different spells can do. Thanks for watching, and before you go, I just want to say, if you want to join the Patreon in the description, that really helps support the channel, and you get access to our premium servers like this one here, which is currently ATM 10 at the time of filming. Of course, if you're watching a year after posting, it could be ATM 11, 12, or even maybe 13. We also do offer free-to-play servers, which you could just join the Discord to get, and if you'd like your own server, then check out the description for our G Portal 10% off with my link. Lastly, if you're new here, don't forget to check out the channel. I have an insane amount of mods available. As you can see, loads of tech mod guides, magic mod guides, utility mod guides. There is literally hundreds of guides that I have done. My goal here is to do every single mod in Minecraft.